I just passed you by. I was once standing in my kitchen and I remember thinking to myself, I just put life on hold for a while because I was busy doing other stuff and then I'll get back to it later. And then it was 20 years later and I was like, wow, life really did pass me by. And I wanted to do this video for you today in case you feel like you've put yourself on the back burner and ready for a later day. So maybe you can make that day today where you're really happy being you and you can move forward. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Vicki Lord and I help people to live with everyday relaxation so that you can enjoy every single day. So what I want to talk to you today about is to actually find your desire. And I want to take you on a little journey and we'll imagine that this is a bridge. So I'm going to take you across the path from unknown desire to desire so that you can feel like you have a great purpose within you. So the way that we get to know our desire is we ask ourselves a simple question: what does my soul most deeply desire? And if you know it, like straight at the top of your head, it will come out of your mouth so simply. But if you don't know what it is, you may have to ask yourself 7 times, because when you ask yourself the 7th time, the truth is revealed because it's under the layers. So if you're not sure what your desire is, get a piece of paper and write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and ask yourself 7 times. And each time you write it down, you'll get to the bottom of it. So what does your soul most deeply desire? And write it down. And then we're going to do that. And when I did this personally myself, what came out of me was I always want to be a good mum. And that was my greatest desire. And so that was what was on my side of the accomplishment. And so when we start to work towards our desire, this is what I wanted to talk to you about today. So once you're clear on your desire, we're met with this little dweller. And um, when I'm going to use a man called Neville Goddard for this experience, when I read his book, The Dweller on the Threshold, I didn't know what it was about. It took me about 6 times reading it before I kind of got what he was talking about. But I get it now. So, what he talks about, the dweller on the threshold, is when you're going on your path towards your desire, you're going to be met along the way by a dweller. And this dweller is an accumulation of your old stories of the past, some pain of the past, and all the self-judgment and um, the self-hate, jealousy, anything that you've been met with in your life is going to pop up before you even take your first step. And so his experience was that there was the dweller on one side, and he called it the most hideous thing he'd ever seen. And then on the other side, he had the most beautiful angelic thing he'd ever seen. And this angelic um, creature said to him, command it and give it love. And so he vowed to do whatever he could do to rescue this monster that was an accumulation of his bad thoughts, or his thoughts that were negative and not kind. So as soon as he showed it love, it disappeared. It just went away. And he thought it was going to take a long time, but it didn't. It happened the moment he said, I give you love. And so when your past pops up, so the thought that comes to your mind when you're going towards your desire and the feeling of I'm not good enough pops up, that's part of your dweller. And I like to call it a misguided protector because it's the whole purpose is to keep you safe because it sees this bridge as dangerous and it's out of your comfort zone. And we all know the comfort zone is relaxing, and I love my comfort zone. But if you really want to stretch yourself and grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And that's where the challenges happen. And if you're strong enough to take on the challenges, you will transform your whole entire life. Whereas if you're not strong enough, then you're going to stay the same. And what I've realized in my own life is that you're not going to move forward until you feel like you're safe enough to move forward. And that's why you need to work on your own dweller that's protecting you. And the moment that you can go and give it the love that it's seeking and tell it that it's okay, then you'll realize it won't try and hijack you anymore. And so to feel safe moving forward, it takes a little bit of work with your nervous system. So if you've never done nervous system work before, it can come in the form of just awareness. So if you go for a walk and you move your shoulders back and then you walk, you'll notice that your nervous system feels a certain way. And you can actually release all the tension from the past with awareness towards your nervous system. So letting go of the fear moving forward towards your desire. And the key to getting your desire is through the feeling. Because if you feel like what I said, my desire was to be a good mum, if I feel that I'm a good mum, then I am a good mum. And if I feel that I'm a fantastic businesswoman, then I'll be a fantastic woman, then businesswoman. Or if I feel that I'm awesome at doing YouTube videos, I will be awesome at doing YouTube videos. So feeling really is the secret. And we want to feel the feeling of the end result, and then let the feeling of the misguided protector let it know that it's okay, that you've got the courage and the boldness now to take the steps towards your future. So you've totally got this. So your key takeaway today is to go and ask yourself, what do you really desire? And then to decide to have the feeling of the end result. I hope this helped. And if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.